we will see some more concepts. So here there is a concept called lateral displacement of fringes. Okay, lateral displacement of fringes. Here these are two slits, okay, separated by distance d. This is Young's double slit experiment. Now let us say, now this is a light wave. In between that you put a thin sheet. What happens is these fringes, they shift. These fringes, they shift. So the distance between the slit and the screen is capital D, and let us say you want to find out what is the shift in that fringe. It is given by this expression: lateral shift y is equal to d, capital D by small d, into mu minus 1 into t. In terms of fringe width, you want to have a equation, then it is beta by lambda into mu minus 1 into t. All these things can be derived also, but here I am giving only the result, because these formulas sometimes help you to crack, some numericals. Derivation is not very that important. However, if you are interested, you just message me. So here we can find out the thickness of sheet also. Small t is equal to yd divided by mu minus 1 into capital D. In terms of fringe width, you want the equation. This is the equation: y lambda by mu minus 1 into beta. Okay, so you can find the thickness of the sheet if you put that sheet in front of any of the sources. Okay, and these are the expressions. Now let us move on. If YDSC is performed with two different colors of light of wavelengths lambda 1 and lambda 2, okay, let us say YDSC experiment is conducted with the blue and violet color, but by placing the same transparent sheet in the path of one of the interfering waves, either in terms of S1. So here this when you put in the path of one of the interfering waves, you see lambda 1 and lambda 2 corresponds to light different colors, but the same transparent sheet is put in front of one of the sources, like in this case. Then n1 lambda 1 is equal to n2 lambda 2. Now what are n1 and n2? These are the number of fringes shifted because of wavelengths lambda 1 and lambda 2. Okay, number of fringes shifted because of wavelengths lambda 1 and lambda 2. Why it is shifted? I have explained here. You put a sheet here. The fringe width, the fringes get little bit shifted because there is an obstruction. Now, when two different transparent sheets of thickness T1 and T2 and refractive index mu1 and mu2 are placed in the path of two interfering waves in YDSC, if the central bright fringe position is not shifted, then see mu1 minus 1 into T1 is equal to mu2 minus 1 into T2. Now in this, what he's saying is, if you take two different transparent sheets, okay, of different thicknesses, and let us say their refractive index also is different, mu1 and mu2, and they are put in the path of two interfering waves of YDSC. That means here we have put it in the case of one, but in this case we will be putting in front of both the sources. Okay, their thicknesses are different, their refractive indices are also different. Then we can use this result: mu1 minus 1 T1 is equal to mu2 minus 1 T2. Okay, it doesn't matter, near S1 you may put mu2, and near S2 you may put mu1. Now let us get into some numericals now. Okay, so the main thing is you need to understand this concept that there is a lateral displacement of fringes when you put a thin sheet in front of one of the sources. Okay, and this expression is quite useful: lateral shift. If you put sheet only, this will come. If you don't put sheet, no question of any shift. Okay, Now let us move to the questions. In YDSC, the interfering waves have amplitude in the ratio of 3:2. Okay, interfering waves amplitude ratio is given. Find the ratio of amplitude and intensities between the bright and the dark fringes. First question is asking you ratio of amplitudes. Now you know that when we talk about amplitudes, we talk about maximum amplitudes and the minimum amplitudes only. In the case of constructive, it is, I told you need to add them. In the case of destructive, you need to subtract them. So it will be 3 plus 2 by 3 minus 2 into 3 plus 2 divided by 3 minus 2. Okay. So here actually they are in the ratio 3:2. You can call it as 3x and 2x. Okay. So 3x and 2x you can assume, so that x will get cancelled. Now coming to the intensity ratios. So maximum intensity by minimum intensity we have to do. Now these intensities are always proportional to the amplitude square. I told you intensities are always proportional to amplitude squares. So here amplitude a max by a min already you have found out, which is 5. So this will be 25. Moving on to the next one. Two coherent sources are 0.18 mm apart and the fringes are observed on a screen 80 centimeter away. Capital D is given, small d is given. It is found out that with a certain monochromatic light, monochromatic means single light, mono means single source of light, which is displaying single type of color. The fourth bright fringe is situated at a distance of 10.8 mm from the central fringe. Calculate the wavelength of the light. Calculate the wavelength of the light. So first of all, we have derived this expression, you know, when you want to find this location, y is equal to n lambda d by small d, where capital D is the screen distance and small d is the distance between the slits. So here, so capital D value is given, small d value is given, and you should maintain similar units. Okay, and he has given you that it is the fourth bright fringe, so n is equal to 4. Okay, so when you work out, you will get the value of y. Okay, and y value is actually given, it is given as is situated at a distance of 10.8 from the central fringe. See, the central fringe is like this. This is your screen, you know. Here your these fringes are created, you know, up and down. So fourth he is talking about, fourth bright fringe. So you have to put n is equal to 4. So here when you do that, basically what we have to find out, we have to find out the lambda value. So you can find out the lambda value. Lambda value will be yd by nd. Just cross multiply and take care of the units, and finally you are getting 6075 angstroms. Angstroms means 10 power minus 9. Because these wavelengths are very small, so we prefer this angstrom, nanometers, nanocentimeters. These type of we prefer. In YDSC, the two slits are separated by 0.1 mm and they are 0.5 meter from the screen. Okay, small d, capital D given. The wavelength of the light wavelength is also given. Find the distance between the 7th maximum and the 11th minima on the screen. What is minima? Destructive interference. What is maxima? Constructive interference. Bright spot, dark spot. So here lambda is given, d is given, capital D is given. You have to find out this delta y. So you have to find the 11th dark fringe location and the 7th bright fringe location. Okay, for this I have given an equation yesterday. Okay, so what was the equation? So it was, see, in the case of bright it was n lambda capital D by small d. In the case of dark it was 2m minus 1 by 2 into lambda d by d. Just refer my notes yesterday. I have given you that. Okay. So just substitute the values over here. M value is 11 and N value is 7. Okay. Lambda is given as 5000. You need to convert everything into single unit. Convert into meters. And once you finally get the answer, convert that into mm. Okay. So you got here, you will get capital D value is 0.5 meter. I told already. Small d is 0.1 mm. So finally you will get 8.75 mm. Okay. Moving on to the next. In double slit experiment YDSC, how many maximas can be obtained on a screen, including the central maximum on both sides of the central fringe? Is asking on the both sides. How many you can get? Lambda value is given and small d value is given. Okay. Now, you see, we have derived one expression for path difference, d sine theta is equal to n lambda. Okay. Now, he is asking you how many maximas are possible on both sides of the central fringe, both sides of the central maximum. So, from this expression, you will get the value of sine theta. Sine theta is equal to n lambda by small d. But what is the maximum value of sine theta possible? It can be only one. That is the maximum, right? So it becomes 1 when theta is equal to 90 degrees. So that is the maximum possibility, Just imagine, the lights are spread 90 degrees apart. Now in this situation, when you solve, lambda and small d values are given here. You are getting n by 3.5. So n can take any values. Okay. For he's talking about maximas for bright fringe. So for bright fringe, we have discussed that it has to be an integral multiple of lambda. So it can be 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 like that. See, when you put n divided by 3.5, okay, how many maximas are possible actually? Okay, how many values actually n can take? It can take something between which is less than 3.5. Okay, n can take a value which is less than 3.5. So these are all the values. It can take minus 3, it can take minus 2, it can take minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. These are the possibilities. So how many are there? There are total 7 maxima are there. Okay. So we are trying to find out how many integers are possible here actually. You see, n, so sine theta value is maximum 1. So you are going to get n less than or equal to 3.5. You have to identify the number of integers. Okay, the number of integers which are between minus 3.5 to plus 3.5 kind of. So how many integers are there? Minus 2. Your total 7 maximas are possible. Okay. In YDSC experiment using monochromatic light of wavelength lambda, the intensity of light at a point on the screen where the path difference is lambda is k units. Okay. What is the intensity of light at a point where path difference is lambda by 3? So what he is saying is, at a particular path difference, there is some intensity of light. So when the path difference is changing, how much is intensity changing? Okay, we have done this one proof where I have told you that if the path difference is lambda, it corresponds to one full cycle. So it is 2 pi. So for lambda by 3, what will be the path difference in terms of angle, phase? What will be the phase difference? See, lambda is the path difference. Corresponding phase difference is 2 pi. Okay, phase difference is measured in angles. So for lambda by 3, proportionately 2 pi by 3. Okay. Now there are two slits. Let us say, what is the combined I value we have got? I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus 2 into root over I1 I2 cos phi. This was the expression we have discussed. In the case of dark, there was one expression. In the case of bright, there was another expression. So let us say both sources are giving here same intensity I0. So in the first case, what are we going to get? I1 is I0, I2 is I0. Okay. and phi value is given as 2 pi. So you are getting, you have to substitute in this equation. You got k value as 4I0. In the second case, let us say the intensity is k dash. Okay, again you need to substitute the same. I1 I2 are I0, and this will become I1 I2 means I0 into I0 root over I0 square, it will become 2I0. Now here the phase difference is 2 pi by 3. Okay, what is 2 pi by 3? Cos of 2 pi by 3 is minus 1 by 2. So finally you are getting here how much? I0 plus I0, 2I0 minus I0, you are getting I0. You have k dash value, you have k value, just take the ratio. You are getting k by 4. So we have to tell answer here in terms of the previous intensity. Okay, k is the total intensity because of the individual intensities of the light waves emanated from S1 and S2. Okay.